This is the latest video of my deep dive series where I look at some of the mods that I'm using in my games, and I hope you may find that these are worth a look for use in your own games. Minecraft has been out for over a decade now, and the game's terrain generation has gone through numerous and radical changes over that time. However, for folks that play a lot of Minecraft, the familiar standard biomes will still eventually come to feel a little worn and stale. And as the saying goes, familiarity breeds contempt. It's just how things work out, both in and outside of Minecraft. So it's not surprising that world generation mods are very popular, and as an added bonus, they're usually pretty forgiving on most systems, so they offer a straightforward option for players that want to change things up a bit. Now, some terrain generation mods simply use the vanilla blocks and materials to change up the existing mix of biomes, while others introduce all new blocks, trees, plants, foods, and even mobs. And there are, of course, plenty of offerings that fall somewhere in between. I've played with numerous terrain generation mods and found some to be better for my purposes than others. The key to my happiness with terrain generation can be summed up in two features. The first is to offer something that looks and feels new and exciting. And quite frankly, most terrain generation mods do a pretty good job of this. However, the second is to offer me new plants, blocks, and materials, and for those to mesh into the game in a way that is both meaningful and useful. For example, if a mod offers a bunch of new trees, I would expect them to bring new types of logs and planks, and by extension, new doors, fences, and all the other items that are normally crafted with the vanilla wood types, and to do so without overwhelming or replacing the vanilla options. And it's in the second point where some mods don't fare so well. That is not the case with Biomes Plenty, or BOP for short, and it's why I've tended to stick with it even though there's some pretty impressive competition out there. Today we'll be talking about Biomes Plenty version 17.1.1.162 for Minecraft version 1.19.2. Now, the mod's been out there for a while, and it was first released in 2014 and has become a mainstay on the Minecraft mod scene where it offers players a wealth of new content. For example, BOP offers 18 new types of trees, with 11 of those bringing all new wood types and the associated crafting recipes to make use of them. The trees of Biomes Plenty include dead trees are one of the included tree types that produce their own distinct wood. Dead wood is light gray in color, and that is a true gray. It doesn't have any hint of another color in it. Dead trees can be found in desolate and blasted biomes, and despite their name, they drop saplings which can be raised elsewhere and harvested just like any other tree. Fir trees are modeled on real-world fir trees, which can be found in mountainous regions on almost every continent. They also generate their own distinctive wood type, and upon first glance, it may appear that they are the same light gray wood as produced by dead trees. However, a closer look will show that fir logs and planks have a very slight yellowish hue to them, and that makes them distinctive. Fir trees are very common, even more so than spruce, but their large size and the uniformity of their shape helps make some very impressive and beautiful forests. Flowering oak trees are essentially the same as vanilla oak trees, except that a number of the tree's leaf blocks are decorated with small white blooms. Cutting down a flowering oak tree can produce regular oak saplings as well as flowering oak saplings, and of course the wood's just plain old vanilla oak. The hellbark tree is one of the most problematic trees in the mod and one of my personal favorites. The wood produced by the hellbark tree is dark, almost black in color, and this makes it a very useful and attractive material to work with. It's also very expensive in that the tree is native to the nether and must grow on netherrack, even in the overworld. And it's also expensive in that the hellbark trees tend to be short with only a few leaf blocks, so they're inefficient in terms of the amount of wood produced, and since they produce so few leaf blocks, it's quite common to harvest a hellbark tree only to wind up with 0 saplings to replant. Like fir trees, jacaranda trees are modeled on the real world, where they're native to the tropical and subtropical zones of the Americas. Now, in Minecraft, they produce their own distinctive type of wood, and just as fir wood appears to be light gray but has a very slight yellowish hue, jacaranda wood appears to be light gray but with an ever so slight pinkish hue. Magic trees are fantasy trees for which there is no real-world equivalent. They can only be found in the Mystic Grove biome, and they are distinctive with their bluish leaves and bark. They produce their own kind of wood, which is a deep, rich blue in color, and so these trees are very valuable if you want to produce wooden items colored blue. Despite their name, there are no special effects or benefits that come from the magical nature of the trees. Unfortunately, maple trees in BOP are largely cosmetic. Now, while maple leaf blocks are unique, the maple tree itself is actually composed of oak blocks, and it has no ability to generate maple syrup or anything even remotely like that. Still, a grove of maple trees can be quite pretty, and if you're looking for an autumn look and feel, they will do very nicely. The mahogany tree is modeled after the mahogany trees in the real world, and in BOP they function just as they do in real life, where jungles and rainforests are filled with tall trees that often have large and flattened canopies that shade the plants and animals below. Now, mahogany trees produce their own wood type, and that is decidedly pink in color. Now, if you're building a forest with a definite autumn feel, then the orange autumn tree is an excellent choice. However, in practical terms, it's just a small dark oak tree with orange leaves. Now, Minecraft has changed over the years, and the Origin Valley biome is a throwback to the original version of Minecraft, including the original version of oak trees. However, the wood collected is just still plain old oak. The palm tree is very rare, as it's only found in the tropics biome, and that biome is one of the rarest. Now, this is a shame though, as the palm tree does supply its own version of wood, and it's of a beautiful deep golden color that really stands out. Vanilla Minecraft has recently introduced cherry trees, but they've been a part of BOP for a very long time. Players can find and enjoy two different types of cherry trees, pink and white. The color reference is only to the leaves, as both types produce cherry wood, which is a deep and rich red in color. The rainbow birch is just a birch tree, but what makes it special is not its wood, but rather its leaves. Rainbow birch leaves can be of any color, but the color is determined by the position of the leaves in the game world. So plop down a rainbow birch tree and the leaves might be blue, and any rainbow birches planted immediately next to it will likewise be blue. However, plant some just a short walk away and they might be purple, and a little further on they might be red. This is true for rainbow birch leaves that have been harvested with shears and placed by the player as well. Redwood forests in BOP are among my favorite biomes in Minecraft, period. One of the main features are the huge and majestic redwoods, which provide their own unique wood that is reddish-orange in color. Now, a thing to remember about the redwood trees is that those trees generated on world creation are much larger and complex than those that can be grown by the player. Player-grown trees are still fairly tall, but the tree trunks will always consist of a single column of redwood logs. Umbran trees are fantastic sources of wood because the trees are quite large with extra thick trunks, stubby branches, and they tend to grow like weeds. They also produce a dark purple wood that is both beautiful and useful. As I mentioned before, there are two types of cherry trees in Biomes of Plenty, and the only difference between the two are the colors of the leaf blocks. Willow trees in Biomes of Plenty will have drooping runners hanging down from their canopies, and willow trees produce a pale greenish wood that can be useful for a number of different applications. It can often be used in conjunction with other wood types to simulate algae or moss-covered wood. The yellow autumn tree is another one that would look great in any autumn-themed area. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer a new wood type, and it's basically just a yellow birch tree. Of course, BOP brings a diverse selection of new plants and flowers to your world, and many of them are shown here. There are new single and double flowers. Double flowers can be reproduced by applying bone meal to existing double flowers exactly as they can in vanilla. However, single high flowers cannot be reproduced in survival at all, even with the use of bone meal. Now, the good news is that the biomes that grow the new single high flowers typically have an insane number of them. Otherwise, BOP flowers can be used to craft dyes just as vanilla ones can. None of the plants and flowers can be eaten or used to craft anything other than dyes, and generally exist just for decoration or to add a level of realism to the environment. Now, the one exception to that is the burning blossom, which looks like a lovely glowing orange tulip. They're found in the nether in the undergrowth biome, and they will happily ignite any entity that brushes against them, including and especially the player. They basically transform the one pleasant biome of the nether into a live fire obstacle course. With all of that said, there are 11 unique wood types provided by the mod. These are hellbark, dead, fir, jacaranda, mahogany, cherry, redwood, palm, willow, magic, and umbran. Now, they offer all the various wood-specific blocks and items normally available in vanilla Minecraft, including planks, slabs, stairs, doors, trapdoors, fences, gates, pressure plates, buttons, and probably some others that I can't remember at the moment. But this adds a dazzling amount of vanilla-friendly variety, and if you are a builder, you will definitely enjoy the wider palette. And just a note about that diversity. The mod itself generally provides parity with vanilla Minecraft for the new wood types. However, there are a number of mods and data packs that also offer compatibility between BOP and many of the other popular mods, which amplifies the value of BOP even further. But the real stars of this mod are the biomes themselves. So without further ado, let me present to you the main feature, the Biomes of Plenty. that is Biomes of Plenty. It's one of the foundational elements of most of my modded Minecraft projects, and I hope this video has inspired you to go out and take a look for yourself. Now, if you like it, please reach out to the mod owner and let them know. It's always good for mod authors to hear that all their efforts are appreciated and enjoyed and actually used. It keeps them going, and of course that means more great mods to choose from in the future. So until next time, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers!